Hey everybody, it's another episode of the Uncanny Spirits Club. This is actually episode 48. So we're closing in on episode 50. I'm trying to think of what I can do for episode 50 to make that a really special episode, but we'll see. A ways back, and I'm going to see if I can find out what episode it was. I meant to check it out before I started this video. Let's see. A ways back, Rob and I already reviewed the Iowa No.9. Oh, you know what? It was our very first episode. Yeah, it was our very first episode, which means I should take the moonshine for a semi-future episode over there, so that the both of us can review that as kind of for the episode 50. Probably should do that. But yeah, we did the very first episode of the Uncanny Spirits Club with the Slipknot's Iowa No.9 by Cedar Ridge Distillery. And I've really enjoyed it since. I don't know if I don't remember if Rob enjoyed it too much. I'll have to rewatch that video and find out. But in the meantime, I have a bottle of that, the standard Iowa No.9, and I also have a bottle of the new. And it's a really dark label, so I don't know if you can tell what it says. It's dark red, and it is the Red Cask edition. And the difference between this and the standard is that this is finished in red wine barrels, whereas the other, it does not say. But let me see. It's probably out of American oak barrels or ex-bourbon barrels, something like that. But yeah, the Slipknot No.9. There's actually three kinds of it right now. There's the standard, there's the reserve, which is a higher proof, and then there's the new Red Cask. The Red Cask is 96 proof, I believe. It's 48% alcohol, so 16, yeah, 96 proof. And I believe the reserve is 99 proof. So it's a step between, and I'm interested to see how it turned out. I'm going to do a test between the two of them as a refresher on the standard No.9. Nice little pop. And if you need a reminder what that looks like, very nice stylized label. Very nice. I'm going to do this versus the Red Cask and see how they stack up. Just a smidge. Ooh, that's a good cork. Just want to go back in there. Synthetic cork, I believe. And here's a cat that is not being taste tested. Taste tested. Enunciation, children, is important. So, now here's the Red Cask. And it does smell a little different. I'm going to smell them each separately once I get this in the glass here. And it is darker. It is definitely darker. It looked more red in the bottle, but I couldn't tell if that was just the bottle or if that was actually the whiskey. So here is the standard. Good, nice corn whiskey color. Nice and golden. And here is the Red Cask. Definitely darker. Definitely darker. A more red, clearly. Bourbony color. Let's do a sniff test. Yep, the No.9 smells like I remember. It's nice and bright. And very heavy on the corn. The Red Cask does have a little hint of something. Something that makes me sneeze, clearly. On the edges there. It has more of an alcohol smell, I'll say that. Might be a little bit more of a fruit smell to that. Now, they're both a rye whiskey base with a higher corn mash bill, which is why they're a corn whiskey. It's a blend of corn and rye. Maybe some barley in there too, but primarily corn and rye. And I've always liked the Iowa No.9. I've liked everything that Cedar Ridge has put out, actually. I've liked the Slipknot branded products, and I liked the Quintessential, which is one of my favorite American whiskeys, American single malts. And I also liked their standard Iowa Cedar Ridge bourbon. And I like the reserve. So let's do a refresher on the standard, see how that tastes. Yep, that's a corn whiskey. Tastes good. Nice and filling. A nice burn that sinks slowly right at the end there and sits right in your chest. This will be a heart burner if you drink too much too fast, but it's good. That's 90 proof. Tasty stuff. Pretty good. Now let's compare that to the Red Cask edition, which I am excited to look at because when I first saw it come up, I was like, "Oh man, that looks pretty good." And I wasn't sure if I was going to get it right off the bat. And then when they released the moonshine, they had a big package deal where you could get like all five of the or all four of the different Slipknot expressions all in one pack. So I bought 2 bottles of the moonshine with the other 3 bottles. So it gave me an opportunity to taste this and the others as well. So, all right, so here we go. This is the new Red Cask edition of the No.9 Iowa whiskey, matured in red wine barrels. Definitely sweeter. Definitely sweeter. That's different. More bitter. Definitely more of an alcohol feeling. It feels a little thinner as well, not quite as viscous. And I'm wrinkling my nose a little bit, but that doesn't mean I don't like it. I'm kind of letting the flavor pal around a little bit. It's not bad. It's interesting. I'm not sure if I like it as good or better than the original. It definitely has a different profile to it. I didn't expect them to be like dramatically different, but this is pretty different. This tastes more like a bourbon, whereas the standard tastes more like a rye as far as overall flavor profile. Even though both are basically the same blend, they're both a rye whiskey base with a heavy corn bill mash, corn mash bill rather. Wish this cough would go away, man. Goodness, and woman, and whatever, in between, off to the side. I know everybody's whoever they are these days. No, hope nobody's offended by my use of gender pronouns. I mean, I grew up my whole life with only 2, so you can't expect them to just branch out and get everybody, all 72, if you believe, the list that there's 72 of them, all in one little video. So bear with me. I'm just a whiskey taster, not a political commentator. But yeah, that is different. It manages to be both sweet and bitter at the same time. It's interesting. I don't know what else to say about it. But it does taste more like a bourbon and less like a rye. Which the other one, while there is definitely a heavy corn flavor, you can tell that it's a rye whiskey base, rather than a bourbon standard mash bill. And I think I like it. And that sounds kind of unsure. I know you people are like, you think you like it? But I think I would have to pair it with something. Not necessarily in a mixed drink, but I think I would have to pair it with some kind of a food item to really get the most of it out of it. And I'm not sure what I would pair it with right off the bat. It almost seems like it would go with a dessert. It's like a dessert whiskey. And I'm thinking, while I'm not getting any chocolate notes in the whiskey itself, I am getting a craving for chocolate all of a sudden. I hadn't before, but I am now. Like a big German chocolate cake. Something like that. Like real like dark chocolate, real deep chocolate, a heavy chocolate flavor. So I think it's a dessert whiskey. Whereas the other one is more a standard where you could drink that with any standard meal, with like a good steak or something like that, or maybe some heavy Italian food or something, or some good comfort food. But this, and as I'm letting it sit and fade away, I'm getting some of the corn mash to filter through. So I'm getting some of the corn taste. So you can taste that now. So maybe it would work with like some sweet cornbread, or um, like popcorn, maybe like caramel corn, something like that. But I'm kind of craving some chocolate now. So if you want to crave some chocolate, or if you have some chocolate cake around, this is a good pairing for your chocolate cake. Side note: every time I say the word chocolate, for some reason it burns into my brain that thing from SpongeBob with the guy that's like chocolate that chases him all over town when he's trying to sell those candy bars. I don't know. It's like a permanent association now when I say the word chocolate. It's not when I think about it, it's just when I say the word, it meshes with that. I don't even watch SpongeBob. I've only seen episodes at other people's houses. I've never like sat and watched it myself. But yeah, so that's what I think. It's a dessert whiskey that you would pair with some kind of a dessert item. Not bad. Do I like it as much as the standard? I don't think so. I don't think it's bad. I think compared to the standard, though, I don't think it's as good. But I don't think it in itself is bad. Like if I had just tried that and not compared it to anything, I think I might have felt a little bit better about it. But compared to the other one in the lineup, I don't think that the flavor profile is as good. But it's not bad. It's not a bad whiskey by any means. Um, and I believe all of these. Let me see. I can look up the prices, actually, of all of these. I can look up the prices for you because since they were recently released, recently delivered, they're still in my my list here. Let's see. What kind of pricing are we looking at? I believe they're all $59.99 a piece, something like that. Oh, look, now they have holiday pricing, and I could have paid even less. Oh, thanks, Craft Shack. After the fact. Craft Shack is where I got it from, craftshack.com. They don't endorse this show. They don't endorse anything that I do. They don't even know probably that I'm talking about them here. But but that's where I got it from, and so you can check them out if you want. From Craft Shack, the Red Cask is $87.99 on sale right now for $69.99 holiday pricing. The Slipknot number 9 is $54.99 on sale for $43.99. Roughly, these are usually in the neighborhood. These prices are a little high for the not sale prices. From Cedar Ridge Direct, I would guess $49.99 for the standard. Probably $79.99 for the Red Cask. So it is more expensive. The Shine is. See if I can get a single bottle here. Well, I'll do that next time. I'll get you a price for the Shine on its own next time. But anyway, so it's cheaper to go with the standard, which I actually prefer. And I think I actually like the Reserve even better than that. And pardon me, here's a cat. This is my daughter's kitten. His name is Latte. He's a bit of a troublemaker. He's going to attack my face. And he was rescued from outside. He lived in my yard for a brief time. I was feeding him and his mother when they first arrived, and eventually I was able to catch them both and give them homes. So here he is. But yeah, I prefer the standard Iowa number 9, which is the cheaper of the three between the Red Cask, and the Reserve. Although the Reserve I think is really good too. The Reserve has a little bit more of a kick to it, but not too much different in flavor from the standard. So if you're going to get one of the three and you're looking to save some money, pick the standard Slipknot Iowa number 9 from Cedar Ridge and order probably direct from them if they have it available. They come and go with their stock because, they're smaller. Well, they're getting to be a pretty big distillery now. But when I started ordering from them, they were a smaller distillery. And so their stock kind of fluctuates. They don't always have things available all the time. They're getting better, though, because they're getting bigger. Their production is getting better. And I think they opened a new facility, I think I remember seeing them opened a new distillery facility to increase production. So it's cheaper to get it from them direct, and they also have things on site that you can't get anywhere else that are only available in the state of Iowa. They have a maple bourbon. They have, I don't remember, but they have quite a few. I don't remember them because I don't commit them to memory because I can't get them here in Ohio, and I'm not going to drive to Iowa anytime soon. So there you go. The between the two, I prefer the standard Iowa number 9 versus the Red Cask edition, much darker label. And there you have it. I will get in contact with Rob about doing the 50th episode. I'll have to figure out what to do for episode 49. I'm sure I can find something for that one between now and then. But the episode 50 will probably be after the first of the year, probably sometime in January, maybe even February. Depends. I don't know. Depends on weather and gas and that kind of thing. Gas prices are kind of still pretty crappy here in Ohio, and the weather is also getting pretty crappy. We've got a snowstorm alert for tonight. It's December. What do you want? So I'll get with him and we'll talk about doing an episode 50 with the Clowns Iowa Shine. And that should be a pretty good episode. And I'll probably do some other things during that episode as well. We'll try to do a big extravaganza, make it like a big, nice anniversary thing. So until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you're having a good time. Drink responsibly. And I will see you guys next time. Cheers.